And we had some great support races as well at Thruxton. This is what happened when we took the cameras to the Formula 4 paddock. The British Formula 4 Championship provided sensational action at Thruxton, making it difficult to remember that for the most part, the stars are only 14 or 15 years old. The car control was impressive and the 2-into-1 track craft exactly what the crowd craved. Ex-racer Harold Heisman was present with a new Charge 2, Norway's Dennis Hauger, who collided with Ken Jewis on the last corner of the first race.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate, you know, last corner and last lap, and I was leading the whole race. But yeah, just he turned in a bit on the before the braking zone, and then I touched his tire, and then I went up in the air and straight into the wall. So big crash, but yeah, that's racing sometimes.
Jewis also won race 2, but only after Jack Doohan slowed on the last lap with an exhaust failure.
Yeah, he did have a lot of pace, I think, maybe something with the car or what, but at the end of the day, it probably does work the tyre a lot harder, which, looking at his tyres after the race, they did look pretty worked.
The very laid-back Jack Doohan, meanwhile, son of Mick, easily won race 3 and pulled off 2 scintillating passes around the back on the ultra-fast right-hander.
Pretty oversteer lock there, but on both of those moves on the edges, I didn't lift.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, no, yeah, it was pretty good.
Quite serious, that's obviously in top. Quite serious speed you're doing there, I would
yeah,
guess.
about 222, I think, going around there.
Amazing racing in Formula 4. Much closer actually than we saw in the BTCC. And what I loved about it was these young guys. Well, you watch the racing, you think they're racing drivers, they're out there, single-seaters, and they take their helmets off. They're 14 years old. But nonetheless, they're there, 2 into the chicane, side by side. You know only one's going to come out of it, but they're just doing it lap after lap after lap. And it's not crazy stuff. It's all racing driver stuff.
Yeah.
They're all young guys with amazingly mature heads on their shoulders in most cases.
Yeah. That was the thing. I was just trying to think of the right word, as I'm not sure it's mature in a way. Because
no, it's not. Mature is not the right word. You're correct. But there's some savvy there, isn't there? It's road dust, probably what we're talking about. It comes from years of karting already.
Yeah, they're able to be calm and measured maybe.
Yeah.
It is in a way parallel to maturity, but it's come at a different point in their lives. And I think it was thoroughly entertaining.
And for me, one of the moments probably of the year was when Mick Doohan was standing there, multi-world champion motorcycle, an icon, and his son's running towards him, having just won his first single-seater race, and they're embracing. To me, that was a moment in time. And Jack didn't just win that race. He should have won race 2. He dominated race 3. And his car control around the back and his balance with this thing skating around on the bumps was just beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
This was a serious win by a racing driver with a lot of promise, very laid back as well. And you had a vested interest, kind of, with a friend running in the Ginetta Juniors.
Yeah.
And we can see a bit of footage of what happened at the end of that, because he had an amazing
James
result.
Headley. James Headley, son of Gray, who raced in Formula 3 in the 90s, an old friend of myself, and Jeremy Thomas, who I used to work for back in the day. And Jeremy is sponsoring, James is his godson, and so Jeremy is the godfather, if you like, and especially as the sponsor of the car. But more seriously, James, another 14-year-old, he's in the rookie within, I find it amusing, he's a rookie within the 14 to 17-year-old category. As if
How old is he?
He is 14.
Wow.
And this is, I think, his 3rd race weekend. And he was polished, and polished is the wrong word, he was very, very competent, running in 6th place in the first race, second race. And you could see he was irritated after the first race within himself. And you just saw, and I love this, when the body language of the car shows the driver's not going to mess about in race 2 and was positioning the car much better, got himself into 2nd place. At the time you thought, a little bit of luck, which he played well, but he then just drove in the wheel tracks of the winner. And again, this word measured, because he could have got annoyed about not being able to overtake him. He was clearly a little bit faster.
And there were teammates as well, both driving for Elite.
Yeah, but I think we know, don't we? Teammates in motor racing is a misnomer, unless they're actually physically in the same car.
True.